Hi. Morning. Good morning. I got the window open. It's pretty cool out there. Clear skies this morning. Relatively clear skies so far. We'll see how that goes. I had a lot of things I was thinking about. And I just wanted to continue the practice of video making. But a lot of stuff's been going on. I watched that Spike Lee movie. It's called what is it called? Something K Klansman. Black K Klansman. And I noticed in the movie, which I think I had seen the trailer for this when it came out a couple years ago, about actually a couple of the characters in the movie had the Earth symbol. And it was for white power, but I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. But because I see it as the Earth symbol here, but I changed this just for that reason. But I see it as the Earth symbol without this. I don't even know. I was just trying to come up with something, take it somewhere different. But I thought that the white power was just pathetic. Because I believe that we can all get along and as people, and I don't think that one race is superior to another race, and I think we can come together, and I think that we're going to see this happening soon. So I had some things to talk about. A video that I made back at Bucks County Community College with a friend. And in the video that we made, he says the word that I'm not going to say because I believe it's a hateful word. And it's the, I think you know which word I'm talking about. And so I'm not going to say it because otherwise I could be flagged for hate speech, I guess. Or that's not why I'm going to say it. Not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it because I do believe that it can be a hateful word, although it's just a word like any other word, so I should be able to use it, and I would, but I'm not now. But anyhow, that was in a big part of the movie. Something else about that. Yeah, this is practice. Got some nice sound effects out here, kind of like a guitar movie or something. So that, so Owen Benjamin, hey Owen, I know you don't know who I am, and you'll probably never know who I am, but that's okay. I don't think that Roseanne was calling you I don't want to say that word either, because it's like, you can't say the words, but she wasn't calling you at least in the video that I saw, and I saw a bunch of her videos. She makes a lot of them. They're very short. And Roseanne, and people are calling her pretty crazy at this point, but I don't think she cares. She's doing all right. She's out there in Hawaii apparently, and must be a pretty cool place. Todd lives out there, I think, or Todd Rundgren. He lived out there. Had some problems with housing out there a couple years ago, but it seems like he's doing pretty good, and he just likes to be creative, and that's always a good thing. Continue the creativity. But I don't think that she was calling you that. She was saying that you shouldn't use that word because it's hateful. So being happy that she called you that name, I don't think you really get the point of the thing. I could be wrong. Maybe she did call you that somewhere. It doesn't make sense because I saw what she said and it wasn't that. So once again, Owen. I wanted to talk about Owen Benjamin anyway because it seems like he's really trying to get through this. And I think the reason that I started watching him was because he had this question about the flat earth. and about flat Earth and so forth. And so I thought it was really interesting that he was so like concerned that he could think that we live on the sphere, like they say, like everybody seems to think, because they've been told that. And if I say one more time, I'm going to scream. But maybe it's just something that I have to do, because it is what it is. But Owen, buddy, I feel for your concern. I don't know anything about ham radio either, which is what he was talking about, that he can't seem to think the way that ham radio could exist without a globe. So I guess I'd have to do some research into that. As I said earlier, I'm not really a great research person, so maybe I'll get into research later. We all crazy because we gotta do what we gotta do. Got some books yesterday. Changed the subject a little since I'm getting too serious talking about other people. The Eden Express, a memoir of insanity by Mark Vonnegut, Kurt Vonnegut's son. And I've read a little bit of it so far. Very interesting. And got that at the library. It does have the library stickers on it here on the back. So, yeah, you can remove them sometimes and have a nicer book, or keep them on there. I mean, they put a little black mark on it. It was weird because the lady at the counter was like, "Oh, let me make sure let me take this out of the system." Like, it seems like if they put a black mark here, they would have already put it out of the system. But anyhow, good enough. She took it out of the system. And oh, you can see Kurt right there on the back. Kurt Vonnegut, author extraordinaire. So that looks interesting. And cars are flying by out there. Got the Beatles shirt on. Beatles, yes, I'm a Beatles fan. I know there's some stuff about them, like so much stuff about them, but they have a corpus of work that is absolutely volatile, or it's just an amazing amount of work, and love to listen to anything. Just incredible, fun stuff to listen to. That, and then I have Steven Pinker's The Language Instinct. And he talks about how language evolves, I guess, and so forth. And another nice person out here walking, nice gentleman with a white hat. Keep that sun off. But I like the light that comes across when the cars go by. That's pretty good. Now this here is starting to look like maybe some kind of a Jesus or whatever. Anyhow, I don't know. No reflection there. No refraction. Refraction. This is just practice, so if you're bored, go away. And I don't have any fans, so I can pretty much talk about whatever I want. I had I did a video of my 78s that I just well, they're not my 78s, but the 78s that I bought at the Perkiomenville from a gentleman. $5 for the record player and the 78s, and I was playing them, and I did a video playing them, and I got like 4 copyright strikes on that. And I sent in my my claim, or not my claim, my sent in the thing to try to revoke it or what have you. And so far, at least 2 of them have revoked it because I said it was fair use because I make the commentary on commentary, and so it looks like maybe they're gonna put the video back up, but maybe not, because there were 4, and I think at least 2 of them are revoked. So maybe they'll put it up, maybe they won't. I don't know. I'm really more interested in just being creative. I'm not really interested in all this technical jargon, things that you have to go through, papers you gotta sign, all that kind of stuff. I guess you could make that an art as well. Oh, my signature is my art, and then my replies, and I'm not trying to do the thing. I'm not trying to do that on purpose. This is, it's like you can't even help it in a way. So another thing I was thinking about was that we're all doing it all the time. We're all using these symbols, and if we don't really know exactly what the symbol, where it came from, and how easy is that to find out. I mean, you can do the research, you can research, but maybe you never really get to the origin, so you really don't know where this stuff comes from. And we're all using it all the time, and maybe we're all perpetuating the lie that is what it is as we go, or being part of it. But hopefully we're not. Hopefully we're trying to go in another direction. Hopefully we're trying to be the ones that do the things that are the good. So those books, so the copyright, I have copyright strike on my video that I started at the beginning, kind of the beginning of this serious endeavor of trying to make videos every day, at least every weekday. I do make a few on the weekend too. So every weekday I try to make a video right now, because I have the ability and time to do that, and everyone lets me be alone, and I can really only do this while I'm alone. I'm sure in the future maybe I'll get some people to talk with, but for now it's a lone endeavor, and it's good practice, maybe not, I don't know. It's trying to be creative. I like to be creative. Don't you like to be creative? I know Roseanne likes to be creative. Big fan, creative. Roseanne was not, I was not for Donald Trump at all in any way whatsoever. I just thought that it was ridiculous. But she was. And a lot of people are making some points about Trump being the better candidate of the two candidates. I would have voted for Nader, but he wasn't running, and I voted for him before. He seemed like about the only person I've ever seen who really seemed concerned about the public. And so if he ever gets another chance, Noam Chomsky, I don't know, but definitely Nader seemed like a great choice, and I voted for him back in 2000. Everybody yelled at me and said, "Yeah, you voted, you wasted your vote, because he was never gonna have a chance. You wasted it, absolutely wasted it. You should have voted for Bob or the other guy." Significant truth, or whatever it is. Sorry, I don't remember all this stuff. But he was the better choice. He's the Democrat. I don't know. It seems to me at this point that both parties are pretty silly and corrupt. So I think we need to make some serious changes. And sometimes you can just do some time. Just do some time. It's okay. I lost my visual. It's always good to see the visual. Maybe I don't need that. Maybe I need to change that out. I can look at the camera. Camera's up there. Would you rather me look at the camera? Does it seem more sincere? And I'm really sincere. And it's really sincere. Some of those old movies are interesting. We saw Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland. Wonderful. And I used to like musicals, but I'm really starting to get into some of these old movies, and they're very interesting because you can really see the comments that they're making. The beginning of that movie I found very funny because they were making ketchup, and I thought, well, and it was supposed to be, the movie was made in 1940 something, 1944 maybe, not sure, and it was supposed to portray 1901 or somewhere in that range of time. And so, like, they were trying to make a joke that people used to make ketchup, and then I guess probably by the 40s, I could be wrong, I don't know, but I just took it as the, Heinz or these ketchup companies came along and made a much better product than what you could make yourself. So it was like propaganda of, like, buy the good ketchup, which, I mean, not everybody pretty much likes the good ketchup. I've gotten some ketchups that weren't as good, and yeah, they're not really as good. Then again, I just don't really like the smell of ketchup after the fact. I like the taste of ketchup, but smell of it, it's kind of gross, so I don't know what's going on there. I've been getting away from ketchup, eating more mustard. So, you got that. And to put this like up here, maybe this will make it a little better for us. I don't really need that. We're at 16 minutes there. 16 minutes. So I had some more. I had that stuff to talk about, and probably a lot more about those things. I got the laundry in, so that's good. I've been doing the laundry the last couple of days. I'm going to go out and do some adventures pretty soon, as usual. My friend Matt is, I didn't really tell him. I advised that maybe he should help his friend, even though his friend wasn't going to pay him right away. I thought that I'd try to do volunteer work for people, individuals, and maybe I haven't tried that hard, but they don't seem to respond. They don't really want you to work for them if it's just volunteer. They think that. I had one experience with my friend Farmer, and he was out there working. He had a younger guy there with him, helping him out, and I assume he was paying them. And I wanted to help, so they let me come up there and help. And I guess I started chipping away at the barn. We were taking paint off the barn, and maybe I was a little too crazy, and I realized it. So then I calmed down. But I mean, it didn't feel like he really wanted me there to help for free, because you want to work for free? What do you mean you want to work for free? Yeah, I don't think you need to go get your money, so you better go find some work they're going to pay you at. So I haven't really been doing very good in that area, trying to actually find money, a place to make money, jobs and so forth. It always seems like a big obstacle for me when I have to even think about what I have to go through to get a well-paying job, put together my resume. I mean, what have I done? A lot. I mean, we've all done a lot. I've done a lot of good work for people. Done some not so good work for people, I guess, too. And I don't know, like, I have to sit there and think about what to put on the resume to make myself look good. And I mean, I can do the work. I'm sure I could do any job pretty much. You know what I mean? It's not that hard once you get in it. It might be a little learning curve. You might take a couple of days. I mean, usually you can figure out what needs to be done pretty quick. They can teach you, but nobody wants to teach you, so they want you to have experience. But I mean, every experience is going to be different, so you're still not going to be doing exactly what it is that they need you to do. So if you can prove that you can do the work without any teaching, then you can get in there. So do that. Just tell them you can do it. But then what happens when you get stuck and you really can't figure out how to do some certain particular thing, and then you just try to do it yourself, and then you might get in trouble for not doing it right, and whatever. But you're in the job, so it's always good, and then you learn. You know, I'm telling you, people, you can all do it. You can do the jobs. They're not that hard. You know, most of it's just writing down some words or typing some things, moving some stuff around, moving the money around. A lot of stuff going on. Maybe I should stop this video because maybe this is all there is. Is that all there is? Peggy Lee, one of my faves. Barbara loved Peggy Lee. Now she's gone. But I've been working on the box paintings here. I really have a ton of paintings to work on. I got a lot of sheets that have ripped and aren't being used anymore, and you can just stretch them up. If I say and I said and he said and they said and I said, yeah, that makes you look silly, makes you look like you're unreal. But I'm just trying to fill space. Would you rather there be space? If there's too much space, will you go away? I have a lot of scanning to do. I want to scan my mother's recipes. I scanned about half of them about a month or two ago, and then I left them sit there. I need to scan those so we can work on that book. Christine wants to put that together once the scanning is done, and we'll get on that. And I have things to do. I'm doing the laundry. You mentioned that. How many times can you mention something? A lot of these guys are showing some pictures of the old buildings and talking about the towels. No towels. They don't have any towels. There's one guy was doing one on San Francisco, near San Francisco. There's a bathhouse. Big, giant building with pools in it. The slides are just kind of like stuck on the edge there. So the guy's thought was that probably we're doing something else there. But it seemed to me that in the pictures that he showed, these people on the beach without towels. Without towels. How many times did he have to say that without towels? Same as Barnabas, Nagy. They don't have any towels. They don't have any towels. Well, they don't have any towels. All right, they don't have any towels. You don't have to say it like that many times. We get it. Maybe talk about something else. I mean, I think there was a function there at the building when they decided to maybe change it into swimming pools, but nobody wanted to go in the swimming pools, which leads me to believe that they didn't want to go in those swimming pools because those swimming pools were used for something else. I think in that last guy's video, I don't recall his name, but you can maybe find it. He said they were maybe using it to make electricity for salt water, which can be done, and so maybe they didn't want to go in these pools because they didn't trust that it hadn't been contaminated, and so they were all standing around not in the pools, and then they all went out to the beach and were walking around on the beach. People I'd walk around the beach, right? Everybody's walking around. They're all there at this function, so they're all walking around on the beach. They don't have any towels. They didn't bring any towels. They weren't going in the water. They weren't even swimming in the water. They all had like clothes on that you wouldn't, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they didn't, they didn't go in the water then either, people go swimming in the water and then you get the salt water all over you and you feel like kind of uncomfortable. So they didn't have showers anywhere nearby. Like nowadays, you go to the beach and there's showers, so you can get showered off a lot of the time right away. On your way out, you jump in the shower, get that salt water off of you, and you feel better because it doesn't feel good. So maybe that's why they didn't have towels. Just because you towel yourself off doesn't mean that you're getting that salt off of you, because it doesn't just come off. So I don't know. I think they need to come up with a little more than they don't have any towels. They don't have any stuff. Stop it with that. All right, done with that topic, I guess, for now, or whatever. So many topics, so many things. Well, I guess that's the end of this video, so I'm sure I've lost most of you anyway. I'm sure I had a lot more things I was thinking about, such as NASA and how I'm sure most of the people that work there probably they're just trying to get the work done, because you know, you gotta you know, and you have a certain amount of work that you have to get done, and so you're concentrating on getting that work done, and so you wouldn't be occupying your time with the thought that maybe this isn't even real. Maybe what we're doing here isn't real. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not going to say one way or the other. I'm going to tell you that I'm leaning towards the fact. I'm leaning towards the idea that our Earth is not a globe. I'm leaning towards it. I don't want to be 100%, because I really don't know. I can't prove it. Nobody can prove it, it seems, at this point. You can go flying up there and go to the moon and take pictures of it, and people aren't going to believe it, because it doesn't seem real. And then the other side, the people that are the globe insistors, are kind of mean about it, you know. They make you feel like, oh, you're not smart enough, I'm smarter than you, you know, so maybe, like, that stuff is blah, that stuff is blah, that stuff is blah, whatever, you know. I don't mean, who knows, you know what I mean, like, you can't see any curve, but then they have the pictures that have a lot of curve. The space station is so close to the Earth that you wouldn't be able to even see any curve. Well, that seems odd, because I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures that were supposed to be pictures that showed some curve, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. That one guy did the Space Oddity song and took so many pictures. I mean, the amount of pictures that he took, I mean, when he wasn't sleeping for what I believe was about 4 hours every night, maybe you don't have to sleep up there, I don't know. And when he wasn't working for the what was it, I don't remember the exact figures, so whatever, but it seemed to me that the entire time that he was there, when he wasn't working and he wasn't sleeping, he was taking pictures and making videos. That's all that he did, with the amount of time that he suggested and the amount of pictures that he took and the amount of videos that he also made. That he may or may not have mentioned that part, because he obviously made the videos too, so he wasn't taking pictures when he was, like, he wasn't taking pictures. I mean, maybe he's going, I don't know, but he took like 60 some thousand, I don't remember the figures now, but go look it up on the interview if you can find it. It's out there that the entire time that he was there, it seems that he was just taking pictures and making videos when he wasn't working or sleeping. I guess it's possible. Seems unlikely. I mean, basically taking pictures is work, and so it would be like working and then working. Like, you have no time for just downtime of just thought. So it seems pretty unlikely, like so much of this. So much of this NASA stuff seems unlikely that it's real. So maybe they should do something else. But like I'm saying, most of them probably have no idea, and they're just trying to do their work, you know, make the money which they need to make, apparently. And there's a lot to think about there, so I don't know. Antarctica, that whole thing, that whole rabbit hole, we can't go there. I mean, you could, everybody's like, oh, you can't even go there if you wanted to go there. Well, I mean, it's pretty unhospitable from what they said, so maybe you wouldn't really want to go there, and what would you need to be there and actually go explore beyond, any kind of slight civilization that they have there? You would need, like, some serious equipment to go out there and actually go across that tundra, if that's what it is. But Admiral, what was his name? I'm not good with this stuff. But the guy that went down there and said there was the whole area there, like the United States, and then they shut him down after that, and that's when they put the treaty in and all that. Oh yeah, it just seems pretty crazy. And the thing about that is that when you go down there, wouldn't there just be like ongoing? I mean, that circle, if that encompasses the whole Earth surface, that thing would have to be huge, and they couldn't even monitor it. And so I think you could go down there if you just found a route that they couldn't get into. So I don't see why somebody doesn't just get down there and start exploring some areas if they thought they could have the equipment. But it seems like, from what they said, it's super cold, and it's just there's nothing going on there from what they said, so it would be pretty hard to do. So there's some questions there. A lot of questions. I'm gonna wrap this one up. So thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. All my plethora of fans and watchers and community of people. Thanks a lot for watching again. Probably get 1 or 2 views of this video if I'm lucky, and I think they're not interested. But I mean, I know there's a ton of videos going up, and who wants to watch some guy just with some thoughts and a lot to think about? And you got to think about that time stamp and how the exact time of that is played out. But you know what? I think we can use any time. So I think I'm going to try and stop this at a really crazy point to see what that does for the thing. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's what it's about. Maybe I'm just rambling. I'm a rambling man. I'm a rambling guy. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh